Hello, everybody. It's been a while, hasn't it? I know. I got behind on posting videos and pictures and whatever else to the Facebook page. I know. Real life happens. So this is my first video in a while. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go. But hey, welcome. Uh, One of the first things I wanted to talk about was Bernie Sanders. Because there's been a lot of attacks on him. He's been attacked for all kinds of things, and Chris Matthews from MSNBC decided to compare his rise to the front runner position of the Democratic Party to that of the Nazis taking over France. Like, seriously? Like, that's how bad it is that the Bernie Sanders is taking over the Democratic Party? That's exactly like when the Nazis took over France. Wow. Like, some people, like, seriously. And I posted about that on my Facebook page, and someone's reply to it was he apologised for it. So what? So what if he apologised for saying it? He still shouldn't have said it. It's insane. It's ridiculous. But, everything about these attacks on Bernie Sanders is ridiculous. It's unbelievable that someone who cares so much about other people, and he really does, he cares about other people, he wants people to get ahead, he wants to be able to help people. It's ridiculous that someone who cares so much is 78 years old and just had a heart attack last year, terrifies everybody. It terrifies the media. It terrifies the Democratic Party. And I can assure you, it terrifies Donald Trump. Donald Trump does not want to go head to head with Bernie Sanders. That's for sure, because Donald Trump knows he can't handle that fight. He may be the master of the art of the deal, but there's no way he's going to be able to master himself against Bernie Sanders. That I'm 100% sure of. Now, one of the things I did want to say about Bernie Sanders was about how he caught my attention in 2016. I was paying attention to the American elections because, well, I think I said to someone a while ago I gave up talking politics here in Britain because you'd be surprised how many racists there are out there. In the United Kingdom, you'd be surprised how bad it is and that's why Donald Trump caught my attention in a worrying way, because he kept saying America first, America first, America first. And you know what the British racists continue saying? Britain first. Britain first. That's right. But these British racists are like seriously hardcore. Like if you can't trace your heritage back at least 7 or 8 generations in Britain, you're not British. To them, you're not British. Oh, your parents moved over here and gave birth to you, and you grew up in this country. Well, that doesn't mean you're British. You go back, go back to Pakistan, go back to Iraq, Iran, Turkey, wherever your parents came from. Go, just go. Even though you've never had anything to do with that country, other than your ancestors came from there. You were born in Britain, doesn't matter. Go back. That's where they are, honestly. Um, so yeah, I was paying attention to the US elections at the time, and I watched a town hall that involved Bernie Sanders, and someone asked him the question, Where does the right to healthcare come from? His response, without pausing, without missing a beat, didn't take any time to think about it at all. His response was, from being a human being. And that's a big thing to me. That's a big thing to me because it's one of my big beliefs. It involves one of my big beliefs. That we are all human beings. That we all should be looking after each other. And when it comes to healthcare, you should not have to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars for the privilege of getting sick. There's a person in America who's gone to jail for not paying their medical bills. That's right, they've gone to jail and their only crime has been getting sick. That was their crime, they got sick. If you get sick in America, it is horrible, it is wrong, it is disgusting. You must be punished. If you dare to get sick in the land of the free and the home of the brave, you must be punished. Or at least that's the way I see it. That's the way it looks from the outside, honestly. And I understand some people are worried about losing their health insurance. They enjoy their health insurance, and they don't want to be knocked off of that. But, over here in Britain, we have the National Health Service. And we also have private health insurance. You can have both as possible. Come over here to Britain. Come over here to the United Kingdom. Take a look. You will see it as possible. Then maybe you'll stop, being scared, being terrified of, socialised healthcare. And there's also the issue of Social Security and Medicare, Medicaid, all these different things. And, those people who've worked their entire lives. They turned 15. They did not go to college. They did not go to university. They went out and they joined the workforce. And they did that right up until they were 65 or 70. Don't you think they're entitled to Social Security? Don't you think they're entitled to Medicare, Medicaid? Things like this. They worked their entire life, so they put into the economy. They paid their taxes all those years. They gave to their country. Don't you think maybe the country owes them a little bit back? Same with the soldiers, which is a completely different subject, but it's another one that's very close to my heart. It's another one I feel strongly about. And I don't think Britain or America does enough to take care of their vets. I don't think we do. I think we've dropped the ball in that area big time in both countries. We're happy enough to, have people go overseas and fight these wars for whatever reason we can come up with, whether it's, for oil, or because, we're bored, or because one of our allies decided to get themselves in a lot bit of trouble and we gotta back them up because, friends stick together through the good times and the bad. I'll be standing right by you. Yeah. And then, when we're done with them, that's it. We're done with them. When they're in uniform, we will do our best for them. Or we're supposed to do our best for them. There's also the fact that we don't give them the right equipment, the right military hardware. There's been soldiers overseas in Iraq just within the last decade. They've been over in Iraq and they've not had the right equipment to fight that war. The Humvees have not had the most up-to-date armour on them. They've not had the right personal armour on them. So even on the battlefield, we're not, doing the greatest job for them. But it gets worse once they're out of the army. Once they're out of the army, it gets worse. It gets a lot worse. Because then they're no longer of any use to us. So who gives a shit about them? We were quite willing to send them into hell, make them go through all kinds of hell, possibly even losing limbs, but most assuredly watching friends and comrades die, getting blown away, getting blown to pieces, having people, exploding right in front of them, blood and guts all over them. Blood and guts of their friends, people they went through basic training with. We were willing to send them over there and put them through that. But as soon as they took that uniform off, we are like, who gives a shit? You're a regular person now, go to hell. Of course, as I said, they've already been there thanks to the government. And yeah, I know this video was supposed to be about Bernie Sanders, the Democratic primaries, and Donald Trump, but hey, that's a bit of me. Once I get going, I end up going off on a tangent, and where it ends up, who knows? But hopefully the end results aren't all that bad. But these are things I do feel strongly about. I feel strongly about healthcare. I feel strongly about human beings looking after their fellow human beings. I mean, not going to, great extreme lengths, because people do have to help themselves a lot, but we can at least put out a hand. We can at least offer a hand. If someone is down on their knees, if they are down and out, we can at least try and help them up. Because they are a fellow human being hurting. They are a fellow human being suffering. Why do people not get that? Why doesn't anyone understand that? Why is there so much hatred, bigotry, and racism in the world? I don't get it. I mean, it's not hard. I posted a video a while back in which I made the point that if any one of us on this planet were to cut ourselves open, you know what comes out? Red blood. Out of every single one of us. No matter what country we're from, no matter what skin colour we have, no matter what hair colour we have, no matter what eye colour we have, no matter how big our noses are, or how small our noses are, no matter what gender we are, no matter what sexual orientation we have, it's all red blood. We are all the same deep down. And we are one race, the human race, and we need to start getting that in our heads. We need to start drilling that idea in our heads that we are one race. We are the human race. We should start moving more in step with each other, rather than being so divided and destructive against each other. We must stand together, united, together. And certainly, I mentioned the soldiers. Certainly, if we ask people to go overseas, to march into hell, to defend Queen and country, or defend the Constitution, defend the flag. If we ask them, we should damn sure look after them when they come back home. And even though this video didn't go exactly as I wanted it to, I think this is a good point to end on. I hope you've enjoyed it. Any comments, questions, you can post them and I'll respond when I can. Thank you. Goodbye.